Welcome to the Boardcast.
Hey,
This is episode
13, mate.
13?
Come on. Keep up.
Jeez.
Morning, William. How are we doing, sir?
Is it morning or is it noon?
Dude, Australian weather's always a little bit bipolar, huh?
I drove up to my accountant's this morning at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And a drive that normally takes 20 minutes, 25 minutes, took an hour and a half because it's rain and Perth. And people in Perth don't like the rain and driving.
And merging?
Yeah, and merging. Or just going in a straight line. But all the trees on the Wanneroo Road were like swinging at such like velocity like from the rain and the weather that people weren't using the right lane. So that's why it was so slow. Because some of the trees were like 45 degrees over on the side.
I feel like when there's a rain, everybody's just neck five.
Dude, my car's been outside of the garage for a few days now, and it was raining pretty bad. I was just waiting for any moment now the sky opens up and then just a big hail ball flies through my fucking window. Today's the day I don't have a car anymore.
Same thing. You just hope something falls on it so you can get the insurance payout, right?
Yeah, but I'm on third-party insurance now, right?
But would it cover like a new?
Probably
it
not
doesn't
enough.
much anymore, right?
You ever read like the insurance small print, and it's like you're covered for all these things that are likely to happen, except all the things that actually will happen.
That's like when we pay for like flood insurance here in WA. Like people were like, "Why would I pay for flood insurance?" And then like 3 months ago, it flooded, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Jackpot.
Yeah. I guess the big one is always just fire. Everything on fire is like Australia's just combusting.
Well, that's what happened in like the like Queensland and Northern Territory when there was those big fires around 2020. A bunch of the places that gave insurance for fire things, they were was overburdened, so they just like shut down.
Yeah, just last year we had like all of the northern suburbs, like Joondalup area, just like catch on fire, right?
It's Wanneroo, just up here, right?
Yeah.
From Northern Wards as well.
It was only where the fire was the suburb where I lived, so my house was actually quite close. They put us on like a retreat notice, but in the end they managed to get a hold of it. So
Well, there's a couple of houses like to burn before it gets to you,
yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
So you're fine.
I saw videos of people was like, "Oh, this is my local park. It's currently on fire."
Fire, yeah. It's funny where the one in Ashby was, which is one of the suburbs where the fires were. They came across and it looped around and just caught fire in the park, where the park kind of streams its way into the suburb. So there was houses on either sides and at the front of it, all looking at the fire. But they managed to keep it away from the houses.
I was told to evacuate once, and the second time I was told to evacuate, I just didn't because I just looked at the fire and I counted the amount of houses in between me and the fire. It was like going to be 1,000 of houses. Like, okay, I got like probably 1,000 house shield.
Yeah, it's those guys' problems.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty okay. I'm in the middle.
How many houses would it have to be for you to have to like retreat? Like 500?
Well,
200?
probably if the first line of defense is gone, then probably I should move.
His neighbor's house is on fire. Maybe I should go.
Maybe I should go.
You get the videos of people with their hoses, right? It's like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. My mate did that when that one in Ashby because he was across from that park. So they were out the front, like hosing it down, and there's like video of his missus being like, "Get out! You can't stop it with a fire."
And then my local Bunnings as well. What they do is they had a protect your home package. They had like pumps and like hoses and stuff for sale. Like there's a package you can buy. Like this is defend your home package.
Turn all your
I was
sprinklers on.
like, dude,
I always love when giant corporate companies make money off people having shit cars.
crazy.
But that week was when everything was catching on fire in Perth. It was a bit crazy. I remember seeing video of like in Wangara, which is the furthest away from any potential like actual bushfire you can have, just at the red lights, just a little patch of grass next to the red lights caught on fire.
It's got a fire, yeah.
And some dudes just got out of their car and just started hitting it. Everyone was like contributing to firefighting that day.
There was so much like ember and ash flowing through the air. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting everywhere.
it's crazy.
I remember like I went home and I was like, what do you want me to grab? And I was talking to my partner. I was like, so I grabbed like some stuff I need and like our birth certificates. And I was like, do you need anything else? She's like, no, it doesn't matter. And I was like, all right. So
Need some Pepsi Max.
So I started loading my magic cards in the back of my car. I was like, well, like if you don't need anything else, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, what are you saving first in a fire with you?
Well, during the first evacuation, what I did was I just took my dual lens folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Notice he didn't say his kids.
Okay,
Oh, man, the kids are already in the car.
the kids have legs. The kids can walk
They
out.
can walk.
the kids
they
and the
can also
dog-
carry things.
The kids and the dog are already in the car. It's just pretty much documents are already in the car. So I just took my most expensive folder and just put it in the car as well.
We had a real struggle getting our dog in the car because the helicopter's going over the top, and my dog really likes helicopters. So I was like, please, just get in.
Yeah. As much as as much as it would be a struggle, I don't know if I can get my computer out of my house. Right?
I'm surprised with how smart you are, Kane. You don't have some sort of like fail safe where you press a button and like just the hard drive or something pokes out.
There's a great internet picture of someone who had a thermite strapped to his computer. So it was like, if anyone tries to force entry into my room, like the police, for example, this entire contraption would just destroy my computer by pouring thermite through it.
Well, wait, what is thermite then?
Thermite is like a compound where like it burns like 1,000
What did you just put
degrees.
like a magnet?
I don't know. It was some crazy guy. Okay, let's not try to reason with this schizophrenic.
If you're worried about the cops getting his computer, obviously.
Yeah, he has bigger problems. He's clearly trying to hide something.
I think termite is like a controlled substance, right?
No,
Definitely.
you can make thermite.
Really?
Thermite's just like a mixture of like aluminium powder.
Right. We don't want to
something else.
like become like a
Anarchist
podcast,
cookbook,
right?
But yeah, it burns at like crazy
flagged.
like heats, and it will just eat through anything.
Well, you know the guy who wrote the Anarchist Cookbook? Like, you guys aware what that is?
Yeah,
The heck's that?
Yeah, I wanted to buy one, and then someone told me that apparently all of his recipes suck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so the Anarchist Cookbook, I think he wrote it in the 60s or 70s, and it had like how to make bombs and all different stuff in there, right?
Oh, really?
And it was like a lot of it was like pre-internet, and it was for people. He had originally written it not to be like crazy about it. It was just giving people information. So you could make TNT and different kind of bombs and like how to like burn your way through like certain metals and stuff like this. And he like original thing was all about education.
Okay.
But over the years,
Doesn't suit the current environment.
but over the years, like kids had died because they were like using the book to make like ammonia in their like
Yeah,
garage
exactly.
or something, or like terrorists had like they'd found it in like in cells in like certain like countries where terrorists were, and they'd use it to make like bombs and nuclear
Yeah.
weapons and things. And it's all low grade stuff, but it is, people had he'd found that it'd been linked to a bunch of dodgy stuff, right? And he regretted writing it, but it was like when he'd written it, it was out of the statute because it's more than 30 years out of the statute of like, so he doesn't own it anymore. It's like in the public domain.
Right.
So he can't remove it from anywhere like on the internet or like publishers that have it now. So he spent the rest of his life for like working for charities to make up for like kids' education and stuff like that, because he felt so bad about writing it. But there's all this, you get all these stories out of the 70s, 80s, and 90s of a young kid, and he was trying to make like TNT in his living room, and he blew up their like oven or some shit. 'Cause he was just cooking TNT in the kitchen.
You're always prone to like potentially accidentally making mustard gas.
Yeah.
Because what it's like bleach and ammonia. It's like mustard gas.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You come home and your dad comes to your garage, and your garage is just smoky.
when I was young, I definitely tried to find the book to buy it though. So I had to go to the internet, found a bunch of stuff.
For me,
it was like how to make pipe bombs.
What the heck?
It's important life knowledge, William.
Oh my goodness.
for me, the most we got was just buy like a heap of like sparklers. There's sparklers you light up and you swing around in your hand.
Can you still play Sparkies in WA?
I don't know.
think so, right?
Actually, you haven't seen
Fire
Fireworks
has
are
it.
like super controlled substances.
Yeah, it's a fire hazard.
You could buy like just those little, the little sparklers you light on with a match, and or
Yeah,
like a
I know,
lighter.
but it's like fire hazard.
birthdays.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen them
That's
for a while.
full amber though, right?
Yeah. Well, we used to get those, and you crush off all of the powder off of it.
Oh, my
And then you
goodness.
put them in a Milo tin, and you put the Milo tin in the dirt, and then you'd throw like a match in it, and it would like take a few seconds, and then all of it would it looked like a Tesla rocket lighting up, like.
Thanks, Danny, for getting it banned.
You're not allowed anything fun in Australia, right?
Well-
but also fireworks, massive bushfire problem.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
true.
It's like I always get like so angry when you see someone like with a cigarette butt and they throw it out the window. You're like, do you not fucking know where we are? Like everything here is the most flammable thing ever existence.
Yeah.
So what happened is during Chinese New Year this year, when I was back in Malaysia, fireworks were unbanned.
Or unbanned.
Yeah, for the first time.
Just for the event?
No,
Or-
no. Like I mean, just for the event. But
In Malaysia?
it's unbanned for the first time in the longest period of time. So openly people could buy fireworks, and usually they were priced at like 80, 90, 100, 150 local currency, and then when it's unbanned, it's like $20.
Yeah,
So
okay.
with $100, you can buy like a bunch of fireworks.
So it was one of the things where it was illegal, but like obviously people were still doing it.
Yeah, but it's more expensive then. Now it's so cheap. So and then my kids were playing sparklies for the first time as well, because you can't play it here, right? So it's pretty fun. You can just burn stuff.
I did not realize that sparklers aren't on sale anymore. Are they on sale?
I don't think you can buy them because it's like fire hazard. It's super fire hazard.
Yeah, I nearly burnt my finger off when I was a kid. I remember I had too many together.
I don't think you can
and they all lit
burn
on fire.
anything in Malaysia though. So if you light up like a fire pit in the jungle, it just go off. Like, just
We gotta stop protecting the kids. You gotta let the kids learn.
it's like it's so humid.
Kids have to learn their own
Yeah.
lessons.
The rainforest is so humid. Like the fire just go like.
If you're gonna hurt yourself, you might as well hurt yourself when you're young, when you can heal it, right?
It's true.
Otherwise, you're gonna get dumb.
You can get scar, bro.
Yeah, I played with fire when I was a
wait.
kid, and I learned to not burn anything.
Talking about fire and fire and fire. What's cold? Last week I heard you guys did the Flesh and Blood Missville, right? That's pretty cold.
A true hero of
Good
conversions.
transition. William always keeping us up on topic in the podcast. So yeah, we had a big pre-release, right?
Yeah, with 28 players, right?
Jeez, that's pretty
it was
good.
Filled out the at the food court.
Yeah, we've been running a sequence of events down at Burger Boy in front of the markets there. A little bit for space, a little bit for trying something new. Obviously, when we open the new restaurant, we've got these big 7.5 meter tables that we are going to be using to try and do some events on a Monday. Like it really had to function as a restaurant on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So won't be doing anything then, but we do have this opportunity to be able to serve alcohol and run these big events. So we've been trying some stuff down there, and I think 28 people for Flesh and Blood is a massive showing for us. Like we don't really hold like big massive events, so I think numbers wise, like really appreciate those Flesh and Blood guys coming and like you're really showing up numbers. And I think we did really well. Like it ran nice and smoothly down there, especially for an event run by me. Some of my events can be slightly more chaotic than others.
It's the charm. The Danny charm.
It's the Danny charm. And then we did pretty good for numbers for like burgers and sales at the Burger Boy as well, which we really appreciate. Like we're, really coming into a, as a small business on both ends, like Burger Boy and Northern Boards, we definitely appreciate like the customer support. We need that to keep going. Things are more expensive than they've ever been and rent's getting pushed up here and there. So it's always good when that support comes through. And I think at the end of the day, that Flesh and Blood thing ran really well, that pre-release. And, we had one piece running up inside the shop at the exact same time. And I think it's a good testament to like how good our customers are and the patience and, we can pull that together. So it's pretty good. It's actually a pretty big weekend that last weekend.
What do you have?
Like on the Friday,
It was the One Piece.
you have the
and
One
the
Piece
pre-release.
and pre-release, and then Saturday morning we had
Old World.
our Old World event. Yeah, kicking off at 9. That ran through to about 6:30. That was our first Old World event. We had 14 players for that, so that's pretty good as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was good. I played
Easy
first
weekend.
round for the Ringer, and I continue to prove how horrifically bad I am at shooting things. Like I rolled 60 dice over the course of games to fire crossbows, and I didn't get one single 3 or above.
Got to use
So
the
statistically horrific.
AI to help you out.
Honestly, I think a pigeon could come in and play better
You
than I
just
can.
need like a meta AI right in your ear. It's like, hey, what do I do? This nerd, should I attack this or attack that? What's the odds?
Yeah, the problem isn't about deciding what I attack. It's about being able to functionally roll a single dice to hit a number that I need.
What's the probability if I roll 10 dice?
Our good friend Eli, who is a regular of Northern Boards, he's bought like several sets of dice now. And he's like, this one's gonna let me roll good. And it's always bad.
That's the classic,
when it's
right?
like it's just negativity bias, right? It's not you, bro. Trust me. It's just you just keep remembering the bad rolls. But I've seen the man play, and he's definitely been like voodoo witch cursed.
It's crazy.
I can never see that man roll a 6.
Yeah, I think you got pretty stomped on in his 40K game on I think it was like Wednesday or something it was. Yeah, poor boy needs a bit of luck on his side, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going to be like in a very, I think it's going to be like June, July. It's going to be like a TCG month.
Oh man, those two months have so many releases.
We got like TCGs from Lorcana that's releasing, launching on 1st June.
Yeah.
And then I think that the following week will be like Modern Horizons 3 pre-release, right? And then the following week is the release. And then every 2 weeks from, I think, 1st June onwards, it's the Lorcana catch-up thingy. Let's try to release sets, right?
I guess to wrap up for the weekend then, we on Sunday had our draft, which was the time spiral draft, and we maxed out numbers for that as well.
That's pretty cool.
So that's 3 weeks in a row now we've had successful drafts, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. Next Sunday we're doing the Dominaria remastered draft, which is another like
Like a flashback.
flashback thing. And then the following Sunday, obviously, following weekend will be the release for Modern Horizons 3. So you're like coming up, we're gonna, like I said, have we're gonna have really keep that draft flowing every week. I don't know if we'll do Modern Horizons 3 draft because that might be I don't know if like what the kind of tends for that'll be.
I think people will want to give it a try.
Play
It's a pretty
boosters, yeah.
high-powered set, so the potential for the draft is kind of nuts.
It's true. I guess there's a limited amount of spots for the pre-release as well, so people might be keen to jump. Like, do you reckon we do? Because the Dominaria Masters is a $30 draft. Do you reckon we try straight on that same weekend for a Modern Horizons draft?
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Yeah, I think so.
If it's release weekend, right? So
Yeah.
It's a crazy set, so it's gonna be fun.
So, like Kang was throwing up some of the cards in one of the chats we're in, and the new alternate arts for the medallions and stuff. Very cool. Like very, very cool. So
the letting artists kind of go nuts with just some prompts, like because I think the ones that I showed in the chat were like the medallions, right? It's a set of 5 cards which kind of like each represent a color of magic, and they're all themed around like a jewel. But each of the artists had their own idea of what they wanted to do with the jewelry. Like one of them was like your traditional kind of like pearl necklace. One of them was kind of like a crystal eye for someone. I thought that was really cool. They got really creative this time
Is
around.
it for the medallions?
Yeah, the medallions.
Also, they're gonna be releasing all the medallions again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
reprint.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I think they were about like $30 cards, so always good to see it reprint.
For a long time, they were quite hard to get a handle because they'd only been printed once, and then they got a reprint a couple times, but not in any like good functional numbers, I guess. So,
Yeah.
But well, obviously the Lorcana is a big one for us as well. We've got the first allocation in, so that's ready to go. It's funny, like I needed to talk to you about it, so I guess here's as good as any other place. Like, we're gonna try and do like a weekly kind of thing for Lorcana.
I think
that's
so.
nice.
I think so. I got to look into the details on like what the
I feel like
specifications-
Lorcana is it's gonna be like Pokemon, right? So you got like different age groups playing it. You got the really competitive type, and you have the kids. Kids gonna be playing it as well because it's a game of it's very different from any other TCG where you try to kill or defeat your opponent. In Lorcana, you try to go up instead.
Yeah, they definitely try to keep it more PC. But I think like you're not wrong. There'll be some younger kids wanting to get into it, but I would imagine they're going to market it at people between the ages of like 20 and 35 and really target that nostalgia kick, I think. Especially
I cracked open a starter to look at the art, and I was like, oh, that nostalgia kicked in hard. I remember watching Disney movies when I was a kid, and you could recognize these characters. So,
Do you like Stasis
who?
from Magic?
Who?
Stasis. Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the
Yeah, that's
the
one of the
control
decks
archetypes,
in,
right?
Strategies.
in Lorcana as well. You have Stasis.
I couldn't figure out if
and guess who is doing Stasis?
Elsa. I wasn't too sure if the gameplay like reflected the characters, and then like they seem to like nail it. Some of them, right? Like Elsa she's what, Ice Queen. So
Yeah,
all of her
bro.
abilities are like freezing and stuff.
Frozen.
We've
Makes a
got
lot of
some
sense.
space on like a Tuesday night and a Wednesday night and probably a Saturday night where we could really try and fill those space with something more event-like to get some numbers back in for those areas, especially our card side of the room. So I think Lorcana is definitely a good fit for that. And I think if we can nail that in, I was like, I don't know if we start with a draft maybe, because it's a draftable format, right?
Not sure.
Like it's gonna be like one piece. So if you play seal like from packs, so you get 6 packs sealed, and then you just build a deck, no color restrictions.
Interesting.
You can't have color restrictions if you're doing like from packs because it's just too hard.
I wonder if that's the way to go. We aim for like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and make that a draft night.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to fill out the Tuesday nights. I think for now, the big ones I want to do is I want to do a learned play day, and look into run some sort of like
Learn to play is good.
some sort of casual event like a sealed or draft.
So you're committing to learning how to play the game then?
I had a read of the rules. It's really easy to learn because the rules are no joke. It's just Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Pretty much.
It's literally Magic the Gathering. the rules.
Just
Is there a land base then?
no.
no land base resources comes from your hands.
So you basically each turn you're allowed to like
it's like Dragon Ball. So you can charge.
each turn you get one guaranteed mana by like playing one of your cards as like mana. Essentially.
Got it.
Yeah.
There's no attacking players. What happens is your characters tap to sing and they generate you points, and you're trying to get to 20 points. So you don't actually attack your opponents, but you can attack your opponent's creatures. So,
And then they get like a neck, like it's all wither. You know the ability. So when you attack, it deals damage in neck one counters.
and there's a lot of keywords where you look at it and you're like, this is just haste.
Yeah, because like
or whatever.
I think the concept is you're getting the points to finish off a song, and that's how you win the game.
Correct.
But like you just basically look at you're in reversing someone's life total, right? So
But I had to read the rules, and I was expecting some like real in-depth rules. It's actually super straightforward.
Yeah.
So if someone walks up to me and says, I want to learn Lorcana, and they already play Magic, you already know how to play Lorcana. You're good. Just go ahead. Start playing.
I guess that like there's that the popularity of One Piece has really showed us one thing, that overcomplicating the system is not a necessary function.
Correct. Simple and managing resources it's the skill that changes everything.
It also feels like people nowadays are playing more card games. There's like different variety card games, and people don't want to be
Definitely.
just overburdened on learning rules now for card games. So it's like if I'm already playing Magic, I'm already playing One Piece, and I want to learn a third card game. Do I really want to then make it a complicated card game to learn?
Yeah.
So to enter the market now, something easy and accessible is good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like having a card game for like a wider audience compared to like Magic or One Piece is so much better. Like you can capture like kids, which is like 10, 12, which is the Pokemon demographics, right? And then they would understand how to play it. And you tell them like, singing a song, like killing your opponents. Right?
It's about how you
Yeah. You know, as I've been like playing some of the board games with the lads on a Saturday night because we've been trying to get that board game, like that thing ramped back up again. And you are right, like I'm really into play, and some of the games are great, but I just don't have the mental capacity at the end of a Saturday night to learn some of those rules. And it's like, even if I can get enough of the rule set into my brain to be able to play along, I've definitely not got enough to win the game. You know what I mean? Like I'm not catching some of the nuances that are necessary for you to get that across the line. So I think you're right. Like going for some of the more easy entry level gameplay for the card games should give it more longevity. But it's funny, like we're talking about like the age of TCGs. We're really in a stride of decent, good games, getting good number of players. Like, does Lorcana come in and try to take a cut of like current TCG players? Some people are going to move across, or is it more likely there's players there that are coming in that haven't played these before?
I feel like it's going to be growing, not replacing.
Yeah.
Because like for example, if I'm playing on a Thursday night on Northern Boards, I'm playing Commander. I don't want to play on Friday like 7 Point Highlander. And then Saturday, Pioneer. Sunday, Standard, right? If there is a difference, I could play like One Piece on Monday, Lorcana on Wednesday, Thursday I'll play Commander, and then Sunday or Saturday I do something else, like tabletop or whatever.
The perfect customer. You come in every single night. Really.
So pretty much, I think it's a variety. You don't get burnt out. That's what you want. You don't want to get burnt out.
Like it's definitely not sexist to say, because we see the numbers of what they are here. Magic players, generally speaking, are the majority male. Like the majority of the players coming through week after week, there's a few guys that bring their partners, and there's a few females that do play, but generally speaking, the numbers are lower. And then One Piece has come along, and anime itself is more popular. Like it's more in the mainstream, so you do get more females watching anime as well. And then we've seen a bit of an increase in the females that are playing in One Piece as well. Right. Again, it is mostly partners, but there's a few people here and there that come along and play. But I wonder if like Lorcana has that Disney pool where it has that ability to draw in some more female like
Disney princesses.
Yeah. It's not even just about the princesses. It's more about like Disney's a nostalgia kick for everybody across the board, because no matter, I can only talk to my experience here in like Western Australia, but the movies you went to show your kids, their family put on TV on your VCR. So it was like whereas if you were a young boy, your mum put on, you'll get Action Men or like Soldier or something like that. Whereas Disney's more cross-reaching, and for us as like a customer base, it's not about them being female. It's about getting like another 50% of the population that might be interested in the product that you sell. I
think it's when it comes to Magic or even Flesh and Blood, for example. If you're trying to get your partners to the game, it's like, this is a card game. What's the theme? Well, it's this new thing. While One Piece and Lorcana is going to be like, well, I'm trying to get you to this card game, but at least I can appeal on the side of like, hey, do you like these characters?
Yeah.
Give it a try. So it's just relatable, right? Something that has relatable tangibility. You can feel it. Because I'll open a pack and like I was like, oh man, Emperor's New Groove, it's Kronk. And I was like, that's cool.
Can you imagine?
I forgot this guy's a Disney
If
product.
we have AVP set, Alien versus Predator.
Have they given? Is there a like a timeline of like what the things they're going to be releasing is?
It feels very classic Disney so far.
So classic, yeah, pretty much OG Disney without the Marvel and Star Wars and AVP and whatever.
Yeah.
William wants them to bump the G rating to PG.
It's like, this is the adult set, AVP. Like you play the Alien Queens, like brain damage.
Just every card that is like a high one has a higher rating, like a PG rating or something on it. Parental advisory.
But they're rapid firing the sets out for Australia, because Australia's is currently behind on sets. So we're getting all the sets
4
leading
sets
into
behind.
Yeah, so we're getting them rapid fire into Australia until we catch up. I wonder if that's also a way for them to kind of up supply, because traditionally when it comes to card games, set one sells out really quickly, and then no one can play the game because you can't buy a product. We're feeling that right now with Sorcery and then like Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah.
I wonder if the way that they're rolling it out in Australia actually means that you're not gonna run out of supply. Like you keep going, you keep have more stuff to buy. So
Yeah, definitely.
Sorcery's been a real bummer for me. I thought I was pretty excited for it, and it was good to see a bit of growth at the start. But I think I mentioned this last podcast, but it feels like it's had a little bit of cooling off just because they haven't been able to keep up those numbers.
Even when stock numbers go back up, I think there's so many new other interesting card games. Like the Sorcery players, hope that they stick to it and they don't just jump ship and play something else.
Yeah.
So, because I can already feel myself being like pulled more towards Lorcana rather than Sorcery. Sorcery's kind of just sitting in the corner of my room right now.
Yeah, it's missed that heat that it's come out with.
Exactly. You need that excitement, that new heat.
Yeah, I think they missed the boat already for Sorcery. It's just too slow.
Did you sell any of the stuff through Eternal?
No, I'm not doing Sorcery because it's just too slow. Like
But
there's
you will
no
be doing
point.
the Lorcana.
Lorcana, yes, because definitely it's a game that I have confidence in. So I do Lorcana, do Star Wars, I'll do Magic, that One Piece. Digimon, I feel like Digimon is still pretty strong. It's a weird game, but still strong.
In a much better conversion, the Bandai tournament for One Piece, they will also be running the other Bandai things like Digimon and stuff as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and because I was speaking to one of the guys because I know the Dragon Ball Z Super, is it?
No, it's Fusion World.
Fusion World, and then Digimon. That's all
Yes.
running on the Sunday, whereas
Correct.
One Piece has
The
got
main
control
event
of
is
the Saturday.
Yeah, main event is One Piece.
Yeah. And you're saying that's sold out, has it?
Yeah, so One Piece has sold out. We have still spots for Fusion World, and I don't know about Digimon because no one really promoted. But Fusion World still has some spots. So if you like to play Fusion World, there's still tickets.
And that's
for
just
it.
running on a Sunday, is it?
Correct.
Interesting.
So it's a 1 day event.
Hey, there's the starter decks for Lorcana. I want to talk to who designed them, because each of the starter decks is like a 2-character pairing, but they're the most like crazy 2-character pairings I've ever seen. It's like the starter deck that I got was Cruella de Vil and Aladdin, and I was like, that's not the power couple that I thought it would be. and
I
it's
mean-
like Sleeping Beauty and then Simba,
It's color, right?
and then like Moana
So you have
and
two
Mickey
colors.
Mouse.
So it's all about the colors.
Yeah.
So you can't put like if they put
Well, for
into
me, a brand new player, I
Right.
look at the starter decks and I'm like, why are these two together?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put them together. I have like a couple of reasons why they don't put them together because the IP is so big. If you put them together, it's very narrow. You kind of narrow your IP down. So you want to be like as general as possible. You don't want it to be like you don't want to narrow your audience down. To
I
like,
wanted
just
to
Mickey,
build
right?
like a villains deck, because I've always thought that the Disney villains were kind of like the comedic relief characters.
I think
Confused
there's
me. So
wait. Currently, there's like a steel and amethyst. I think something like
there's
that.
6 colors in Lorcana.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I know like amethyst is like meta. Amethyst is like
I don't know about the meta.
William just knows what's winning. He's
yeah, just Elsa, baby, Elsa, and like there's a rush deck as well.
Yeah, there's a rarity system. There's like a special prismatic rarity.
It's I think mythic.
Yeah.
Then
They're
you go
like
to
one
no,
deck
sorry,
case.
legendary. No,
Yes.
sorry, enchanted is the most rare because it's like a borderless feel,
Right.
which is the legendary version of the card.
Yeah, I saw the
And then-
price tag on it was like thousands of dollars.
Only Elsa.
Only also.
Only Elsa.
Interesting.
Elsa is
Frozen
like the
to this
killer.
day.
Yeah, and then they released the tournament cards as well. So the first regionals, I think I'm not sure it's the regionals or what, but the first tournament was won by a MTG Pro player.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of pro MTG players are playing Lorcana.
Do you know
Makes
what the
sense,
prize
like-
support was for that?
Oh, the first prize was you get every single card in foil.
Whoa.
Every single
Hey,
card.
the foils in Lorcana are like cold foils. They're
Yes,
like
pretty much.
etched style
because you
foil.
don't cold foils don't warp.
Right.
Because
But it's
it's
not
on,
as shiny as I usually
correct,
expect
but
out of a
it's
foil.
a layer that's put on, not the cut itself. So like in Magic, right? The foil is the cut itself, and then you put your print on it, so it looks foily.
Yes.
For like edge foiling and cold foil, it's a thing you put on the art instead.
Right,
It's not
right.
below the art; it's above the art.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know what I mean? So it won't warp, so it won't pringle.
Right. I guess I've been spoiled for choice when it comes to foils in like One Piece. where you like One Piece
Oh.
has crazy foiling. Some
Textured.
like there's one thing that I'll always give Bandai credit for, which is their design of foils and like the design of their like special cards. They got crazy looking art, crazy looking foils. They feel premium. But I pulled
Very
like
premium.
I pulled a foil in Lorcana and I was like, oh, it's nice. I was like, it's all right.
It's not as brisk, I guess, as some of the other stuff we've used to.
Correct.
Talking about foiling, did you get many of those Thunder Junction special? I know you opened one here in the store.
I got
did you get
6
many
of them,
more?
yeah.
And you got 6. How many boxes did you open?
Not many, just 3 cases. I got really lucky.
Because I don't think we saw any. I didn't see any more opened up in the store.
My friend opened 10 cases, only saw 2.
So they're super rare.
I got really lucky. So I saw the gold foil as well. Mm-hmm. There's the other version that if you see like there's one card that has the shiny gold on it. It's a gilded foil. So that's the version.
That's the yeah.
And then you have the textured foil. So I opened 6 textured foil and 2 gilded as well. So it's pretty. Total, I got 10 in total.
Thunder Junction seemed pretty popular for us. Like we chugged through our boxes pretty quickly.
Yes, it's pretty good
We've
set.
done a re-up as well, which is we don't do for every set. It's quite popular. I think the setting, the cowboy setting, and the extra cool promos we did along with it, that was quite like good. Obviously, that's all free promotion that Magic sent to us. So I think they definitely did a bit of work. They had some catch up for Karlov because we're still selling Karlov collector boosters, which has been a nightmare. But we're slowly getting through there. But I think the effort that went into Thunder Junction was pretty good.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
Well, we need to order more Thunder Junction to give away as price support because the Modern Horizons won't be viable.
Yeah, I got
do
some
that.
on the way already. So just something for like to pad us out for the rest of the set. It feels interesting because Thunder Junction's only been out for a month, so we still have 2 more months of Thunder Junction.
Oh,
So we still have
and
a
it's
bit
a
of
month
distance.
later, and we're getting
Bloom
Modern
Barrel.
Horizons.
Yeah, and then we got
No, sorry, you got Assassin's Creed as well.
Assassin's Creed after Modern Horizons as well,
And then Bloom Barrel.
and then it's Bloom Barrel.
It's stressful.
Yeah,
back to back, baby.
card games are cute right now. Right now, what's in is cute. So we got Lorcana, cute card game, and then Disney Bloom Barrel also going to be cute set.
Well,
Cute
if
is
you
them.
consider anime cute, then One Piece is pretty cute. Yeah, that's not too bad. I like it.
Right now,
Yeah, it's fine. Still fine. Still strong. What we're doing is I'm just happy that Magic is coming back. It's well deserved.
I think Wizards felt the squeeze for a little
definitely,
while. There's
yeah.
so much competition in the area. Just them giving us so much more interesting promos is sign of being like, hey, we got to get our players back playing. Let's incentivize them with cool
Yeah, I
merch.
like it. I like it. I like what Wizards is doing right now. Like the method of they're doing, trying to
They
limit
also-
stocks and stuff.
Correct. They're also trying to re-emphasize like the collectability in sets.
Oh,
They're
of
trying
course.
to put more rarity in the crazy collectible versions of cards you can get in sets. So they did that special like an ink thing for Karlov Mana, which was a bit of a miss. But then they did the textured foils.
Yes, on Thunder
Thunder
Junction.
Junction.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
really
yeah, with the
nice.
secret message route behind it.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
Yeah, if you do it under dark light, the black light, it's
It's
pretty
not
cool.
that hard to look at it. You can see it in visible light.
Yeah, but if you do it under dark light, it's just pop up more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, why are you trying to ruin the theme, Kane?
I could feel it with my fingers. I rubbed my thumb over the card and I was like, oh, this is what it says.
It's crazy.
So going forward, I wonder if they're going to do some sort of like big chase lottery card in
and
Modern Horizons.
don't forget AOS 4.
Oh my god!
Yeah, when-
Age
is
of Sigma. as
It's
well.
very soon.
Dude, we got such a big middle of the year.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of
I'm already tired.
yeah.
AOS 4,
tired
and
thinking
then
about it.
all the releases for TCG. It's gonna be like crazy. though.
The I had my rep at GW. I was like, oh, so I'm assuming it's going to be end of June where we can expect Age of Sigma 4.0, right? And he was like, you know what? I'm betting on it too. So there's my like the most official unofficial he can give me as like expected end of June.
It's so funny dealing with like the Games Workshop reps. Like we can't speak bad of Games Workshop because we're not allowed to. So it's always interesting. But like when I will deal with the trucks, right, and we have reps come around, he'll come like one of the tool reps and he's trying to sell me some stuff. He'll come and he'll be like, here's a spreadsheet of the things that we have. This is the day it's coming. This is how much we want you to pay. This is how much I'm going to say you have to pay. This is how much we can actually sell them for, quote unquote. And he's like, and then this is all the products. And I was like, okay, cool. You have all the information you need. You can make an educated decision.
Yeah.
And you're like, GW will be like, hey, when's this thing coming? And it's like, you don't know, but you don't know, but maybe it's coming here or then. And you're like, why am I dealing with a riddle?
It's like the Sphinx.
Yeah,
always-
exactly. Yeah.
It's always the thing of like, I would love to give customers more answers,
Yeah.
but it's like to the customer I have to be like, what you know is what I know too, dude.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest benefit for us now. We've been running long enough that a lot of our customers understand that it's it's less in our control than you think it is. But you think as a place that is a Warhammer shop that sells Warhammer and runs Warhammer events, that we have more information. But by the time we come in on a Monday, most customers have more information. They've got it from the community release on a Saturday than we have, and we're like, yep, cool.
I have the hope that GW stores themselves, like if you actually work within GW, you get more info, maybe.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they really don't. Yeah,
They don't. They get the same information as everyone else.
some managers get more, but for the average like staff member, it's pretty much the same.
Screw it.
Yeah,
It is what it is,
it's
man.
all a guess.
Yeah.
What else do we have coming out though, other than tabletop like GW
Whoa.
for AOS?
Danny's already tied. He can't deal with more
Well,
releases.
talking about extra things we're going to be doing, I guess when you saw Nem and I from Burger Boy were going through some way, we're going to have to be doing a drive because to increase, we need increased members, increase patrons. If you want interested in patrons, we need to do that. But I'm trying to pull some more.
Are we still 9?
So we're at 11 today. So we might
Let's
have,
go.
we
Whoa,
might have
whoa.
hit 10, but I came straight from my accountants and then I had a meeting with Burger Boy and then I jumped straight back in here. So I haven't checked to see who that 10th person is
Can you
yet.
check on your phone?
No, I can't. The app doesn't show you. I got to log on the computer.
Oh, come on.
Dude, we went even past 10 as well.
Yeah, so I'm really sorry to whoever that 10th person is that I don't have your name, but I will have it by the next
The next
one.
episode. All right.
And that means I've got
Well,
some-
if you supported us, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very
you.
much. They're listening to this. They're like, fuck this. Unsubscribe.
Well, if it's anything, it's a testament to how busy I am that I don't have 5 minutes to check a bloody computer. But yeah, we need to get some more things going for both Burger Boy and here. So we're going to think about being brew back at Coffee House and maybe doing something on a Saturday morning where I come and I set up a little coffee thing just outside and we sell like coffee and toasties. And
Outside
stuff
of
like that
Notting Boards as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So we'll try and catch some people going past.
Breakfast and tabletop.
Yes, well, we're already open at 9 o'clock on a Saturday. We quite often run events, so I'll definitely do it on the event days. And we're going to try and get that going every Saturday. So if people are coming down for their Warhammer events, they can get their coffees along the way.
What
and all that
about
kind of stuff.
snacks and cards?
Yeah, well, snacks and cards, perfect, right?
Yeah, SNC.
So Nem was always very proud of his Brewbacker coffee idea, where it's like a Chewbacca wearing a scarf, and there's actually popped the sign up behind to remind myself to talk about it.
Chewbacca, right?
And
A pot of barbecue.
yeah, so barbecue was Burger Boy before.
Okay.
But yeah, like we're just trying to find some new ways, and we're also thinking about doing like brisket meat trays on Burger Boy on Saturday nights.
Jeez.
So we're thinking,
It's high end.
yeah, it's very much some of the stuff we're going to do with like Black Sheep. We just haven't got that renovations through yet, and it's going to still take a little while, unfortunately. So we're trying to find ways to bring that product that we're looking to make.
Is it like the American like barbecue?
Yes, very much
that's
so.
nice.
Yeah, like the idea is you will have a certain amount available. People can order them. It will be like maybe we'll sell them through the website. Either we make a
Do some bud ends.
yeah. So what? Sorry.
Some bud ends.
Oh yeah. We've got quite a few different options, and we can change from week to week if we need to as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. But Nem and I are just trying to find ways to make it work and make some of that $5,500 rent we're paying at the other shop that we haven't have for zero at the moment.
I don't like the coffee store outside Northern Boards on the weekends, though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's a bit like Bunnings sausage sizzles.
Yeah.
Because I'll walk past and I'll be like, oh, I've had breakfast. I don't need to grab a Bunnings sausage, but I'll smell it and be like, oh, why not? Why shouldn't I?
I was vegetarian for like 7 years, and I obviously sort of stuck to it. Like,
Yeah,
being
Danny
vegetarian.
didn't even tell me that he quit vegetarian. Like I was like introducing to my friends, like, "Hey man, he's vegan. His stuff is good." And then Danny's like,
Eating a
Yeah,
cheeseburger.
maybe I should have shut my mouth for that minute. You know?
"Yeah." I was trying to sell the whole vegan.
I didn't want to get caught out. I was actually like vegan for 7 years at least, and the whole point was I felt a little hypocritical opening a barbecue restaurant. and also being vegan. So I think the concept as well is I really should be trying the food that I'm selling so that I can give people like an honest feedback on what my preferences are, how good the food is, and how, you know, like what I'm selling someone. So I wanted to try it. But the concept was that I was going to just be not vegan for like 2 or 3 months until the restaurant's open, but we're like nearly 6 months into renovations, and I'm still, so I was still going like, even I popped past Bunnings not too long ago, and I was like, Let's just
But at least you can give like good feedback to like, because you've been vegan for so long, so you can have the perspective of like, hey, if someone comes in and they wanted like a vegetarian option or like a vegan option, you have the perspective to be like, this is probably a better option for you, or this would be good.
Yeah, and I think it's something that I think definitely appreciate more now from being vegan before. It's like I come from a very, I guess, like average country-ish white family, right? So we didn't eat a whole lot of vegetables. Like most of our vegetables would come in like steamed veggies or roast veggies that come along with your dinner. I didn't really appreciate or have explored very many options out of it. And from them being vegan and then going back to meat eating, there's like, you know, my exploration to more ethnic foods and beans and rice and especially a lot of like Chinese like food and stuff like that as well, and Indian food, where they take like beans and tofu and just turn it into something that's super impressive, and it can stand up there with a meat dish. So if I'm sitting at like a barbecue restaurant or a high-end restaurant, if there's a whole cabbage with a certain like flavor attached to it, or a steak, they're now interchangeable. Whereas before, I'd always just go for the steak every time. Like, why would I get a cabbage over a steak? But if you go to a high-end restaurant or somewhere nice like that, that thing like a sauteed cabbage can be turned into something just as good as a steak.
Yeah.
And I definitely was able to like explore my like the vegetable side of it a lot more, which is
You ever tried being vegetarian?
Healthier.
Nope.
Always eat meat?
Nope. Nope.
I tried it for a while. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hard.
Nope.
It's hard. Like there was definitely points there where I felt like I was definitely a little more hygienic, and if anything, it helped me learn how to eat a little bit healthier as well. Like I was not afraid to have like Macca's a couple times a week and like, you know, lasagna here and there, and then by the end of the week you've eaten probably like 2.5 times the amount of calories you really need.
So I've been eating calorie deficit since like end February, early March.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I want to lose weight.
What's your like goal weight?
On my goal weight, it's like probably 72, 71.
Yeah.
So I'm like in 74.
And then you start
right now.
bulking up.
Down
right?
from where?
Down from 84.
Down from 84.
Yeah. So I'm like 10 down now.
I weigh 95 and I'm aiming for 110.
Nice.
That's my goal.
Nice.
You're going up.
I'm going up. I've been back consistently in the gym for like 2-3 weeks
Nice,
now.
nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, feeling pretty good about it, boy.
Yeah, I saw the picture pop on your Facebook feed. I was like, oh, he's back in the gym.
You know, I was here with I'm a average 33-year-old male, so I'm posting up when I'm going to the gym. Otherwise, what's the point of going, right? And I was here with John and Mark. They were playing some 40K here, and you know, they're good mates, and we're having a laugh. And my nan, who's a Northern Boards regular, is my nan. If you've seen any Facebook post, you'll have seen my nan comment on it. She's very supportive.
Our biggest supporter.
Things I do. Not as supportive as me posting photos going to the gym though, because she replies to my my story on Facebook. It says, "You're not a good actor, Daniel." So I was showed Mark and John, and they thought that was quite funny. And then later on the next day, because it's replied to a story, right? So that the image disappears because the story's gone, and then it turns into like a sequence of letters and numbers. And then my nan thought she's getting scammed. So she'd replied to herself and like essentially replied a scam to herself, and she freaked out. She called me. She's like, I think I'm getting scammed. They've sent a link, and I'm like, no.
So why do you bulk yourself up? So you just gonna go?
Well, for me, I'm at a lesser weight. So I've got some weight to lose around my stomach, but realistically, the muscle weight is significantly higher than like
Correct.
your body weight, right? So for me to have progress in getting more muscle, I have to be going up in weight. So the idea is that you could just eat a lot of shit and just get fatter. That's obviously not the goal. The goal is it's not the most efficient way. The best way to train is to set a time period to lose weight, and then once you're at a healthy weight that you want to be at, then to add muscle on top of that. But I'm not like competing for a show, and I'm not too concerned about like, you know, hitting on girls or like trying to pick up. So I'm okay with
Are you?
a longer look, I'll take what I can get. Oh well, but I'm happy with like a longer transitional period, because like doing both, like trying to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, is a little counterintuitive. But I can realistically, I'm not bothered about a timeline. I'm happy just to get stronger, and because my job is quite physical as well.
Yeah,
that like any additional like strength is there. Like I definitely, from the times before Northern Boards, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when I was going to the gym twice a day, there were like
twice a day.
Yeah, so when I was away up north, it was quite easy to do that. You know, gym in the morning, you work your day, it goes gym straight after work, eat dinner, and then play a couple hours of WoW. it's easy. But not so much now with so much work going on. But it's a lot of going to the gym at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
That's premium. That's like when it's you and like maybe one other dude also wearing headphones, doesn't even make eye contact.
It's funny because I have a very specific story about this.
Yeah.
So I've been going at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's only one other guy in there. And you know, when you're at that time, you know, you're a bit chummy, and I'm like, I'm usually pretty more communicable.
No, you don't learn his name. You don't make eye contact. You just go and do your thing. You just know he exists at that time, and you leave. And if he ever doesn't show up at 1 a.m. at the exact same time of the day, you're like, ah, oh, damn it.
Well, one of the benefits of going to the gym at really late at night is that you can get away with doing more embarrassing stuff without anybody being there to see you. There's no hot girls in tight pants to like judge you on how big or small the weight you're carrying is, right? So I'm on the bench press, and I always like trying to maybe do a little more than I should do, like safety wise, and like, you know, just to make sure I don't pull a muscle. Like I should probably go down a little bit, but I'm a big boy, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a big muscle, and anyway, so I've got a bunch. I'm like, and again, I'm recovering. I'm not where I used to be, but I think I've got 105 on the bench press. And I probably did 2 or 3 more reps than I really could. And I was trying to hit failure. So I'm like demonstrating where I'm benching up, and I've pushed all the way up, and I'm like, this is the last one. I can't get another one out of it. And I was like, nah, don't be a baby about it. Do another rep. So I pull down to my chest, and I try to push up, and there's just literally nothing left in my arms. So it sits, right? I can drop it down into my chest, and because you're laying flat, I've got to roll back towards your legs. The way you're sitting is you roll the bench, the barbell all the way down your legs and then off. But 100 kilos is quite a lot of weight. It's not nothing. And my friend who used to do professional bodybuilding, he had an incident once where he rolled the barbell down and across his legs and then off. And because there was so much weight on there, it crushed one of his balls, and it split open. So I've always got a good fear of this, right?
Yeah.
So instead, at 100 kilos, you can't roll back, obviously, because then it just goes to your neck.
Yeah, no, dangerous.
That's not ideal.
That's game over.
So what would normally happen is if you're bench pressing in a gym, is you put the plates on either side of the bell and then the dumbbell, and then you put little clips on, and that stops the plates from falling off, which is a safety thing for people around you. But at night, there's no one there. So what I do is I leave those off, and that way,
you can tilt it and slide
them off, but it looks very like shit because you're like one all the weight goes to the side, and then as soon as those plates fall off, it wants to flip back the other way.
Correct.
Yeah, right. So this other fella comes running over. He thinks I'm in trouble. I'm not in trouble. I'm fine. It just looks a lot like I'm in trouble. So he comes over and he's like trying to help, and then again, because I'm only just starting back at the gym and I'm wearing like quite big clothing, so you can't see any like muscle definition if there is or not, he's very kindly trying to explain to me how to use the clips and like how like I shouldn't do as much weight, and he was being very kind, but it was very embarrassing because he's basically treating me like I'd never been to the gym before in my life, and I was like, please sir, I do this.
No, I've been there like 1 o'clock in the morning as well in the gym, but for me it was like no one was there. And I was doing my chest presses, and I just laid there. I just had the bar on my chest for like a good 10 minutes. I was like, oh man, I just live here for a minute.
So how did you escape your position?
I eventually just gathered enough strength back. I just had it on my chest. I just kept it there.
I guess
for a
if
while.
you just wait long enough, your body has time to rest.
I just waited long enough for my arms to just get back, and I was like, all right, we're good.
You have someone come over and feed you an energy bar. That's funny.
Charge up.
But Rico was a very friendly South American man.
Thank you, Rico.
Didn't speak a whole lot of English. So he was trying to show me how to put plates on properly and
You
stuff
know
like that.
his name now.
Yeah, we've become chummy now. The next few nights, we wave at each other, and he's like, and I was like, I try not to kill myself, while just internally
You
embarrassing.
should recommend him the podcast.
I've actually got some pretty funny stories from there. Rory, who plays One Piece here, played 40K. I was standing there with Rory, and Rory's like a very large man, works on the mines, covered in tats. Not the first person you pick to play like games. And then I was standing there talking to another friend called James, and James is a friend of mine when I was a kid, and I grew up in a very lower socioeconomic area. So James looks pretty dodgy, but he's a little dodgy, a little not dodgy, either way. But he's also been playing Magic cards, right? So I'm standing there talking to James, and he looks like a bikie. He's not. He's actually not one, but he looks very much like the average bikie. And then Rory's standing there, we're talking to each other, and another friend of mine at the gym comes over, and I think he was expecting us to be having a manly conversation, and it was the three of us talking about cards, and that new guy, the third guy, was like, what the fuck is this? So, but yeah, it's been good. I'm glad to be doing some more exercise and getting back into it.
Nice.
Does the body remember while you're working out? You're like, oh, I remember. The
Yeah.
muscles are like, yeah, it's coming back.
I've been able to like catch up on some of my maxes quite quickly. Not my bench, like the max I ever did was 132.5. So I'm averaging about 100 on the bench for like 3 or 4 reps at the moment. So it's not great, but it's still pretty good. That's up
Yeah,
above
for like
average.
2-3 weeks back in the gym. That's pretty hectic, right? So
Gee.
I guess the work keeps that momentum going, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm not as weak. I'm stronger than I look, which is lame because I don't care about how strong I am. I care about what I look like.
Yeah. You want to look big, William.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
what are you right now, Will?
Sorry?
What are you? What's your weight right now?
74.
You should get to 120, William.
No.
We could all get to 120 together.
Yeah.
Imagine
I just want to like,
we could turn into a buff
I just want to
pro
be a
squad.
lean. I just like do the Joe Rogan
No, you
100 push-up a day.
We'll all be 120 of just like straight mass. And then when the video recordings start for the podcast, we'll be perfect. We'll just take our
okay.
shirts off.
Lean, mean, one-piece machine.
I just want to be lean. Back to my cycling days.
Yeah, but imagine how hard you could cycle if your legs were massive.
Yeah.
That's for sprinting.
Why do you just get
not
massive?
endurance though?
Come on. Wait, we talked about this, John, about getting massive.
So like endurance cyclists is like they have big
Yeah.
glutes, but like for sorry,
William was
endurance,
that big booty.
endurance is like you're just so slim, but
I
for
have
like
seen-
sprinters they're huge.
I've seen videos of like Olympian cyclists and their like legs are giant.
Yeah,
bro.
Those are
Their-
sprinters.
Their thighs are the size of like my torso.
Yeah, but those are velodrome sprinters.
What does that mean?
There's no what's it called?
Those ones where they go around in circles.
Yeah, just going around
Like a
circle.
NASCAR of bicycles.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fast as fuck though. It's so fast.
but it can't go like endurance though,
That's all right.
because they burn so much energy.
But imagine how hard they could kick.
This is Sparta.
All cyclists also excel in Muay Thai.
I don't want to get kicked by that, dude.
It's like this is Sparta.
So what exercise do you do, William?
I just do push-ups, body squats,
He skated for a while though. William also skated.
cycle.
Are you like full like latexed up?
Yeah.
Or
For
do you have
aero,
do you have
bro.
a speed helmet, William?
Yeah, I do. Not that long. That one's only for aero, like for aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Those bikes do go faster, right? Like 40 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, you could.
Ooh,
You could.
that's fast, dude.
So what exercise are you doing, Kang?
Listen, I right now my regimen is I wake up in the morning, I pull out the yoga mat, I'm like, time to do my like
it's pretty
stretches
impressive.
and home
Stretches.
exercises, and that's it.
You do it
It's
every
good.
day?
Stretches is
Yeah.
good.
You do it every day?
Except when I had COVID.
Oh, true.
That was like
When do you have COVID?
apparently Wednesday.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I know.
It was a real like weak version of it though. So I felt it for like a day, and the next day I was like, I'm all right.
Okay.
Kang told me, and then like a couple hours later, and was like, "Do you know Kang had COVID?" I was like, "No."
Well, you had a whole podcast.
I
with us.
don't show it really.
Okay.
So
I think it's going around. Like we're in Australia at the moment. We got bird flu coming in. Got COVID's come here.
Bird flu?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, made it into like Sydney or something last week.
Well, Sydney's fine.
Yeah, well, it won't stay in Sydney, will it? It got all the way here from Spain, so it's gonna.
yeah, what's the symptoms of bird flu? You just start
You
growing
become a
wings.
bird.
Like it's bird flu's like swine flu and shit. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I go out and buy a bag of seeds. I'm really into sesame seeds right now.
We've also got like a fuckload of birds in this country. Like
Yeah?
way more birds than most other countries have. So like bird flu's bad.
I keep forgetting that we have more than just crows. Does William have bird flu right now? He's acting certainly like a
Yeah,
bird.
it's
I'm becoming a bird. Become a bird.
what was like, remember bovine flu where it could turn you into a zombie or something?
What?
Yeah. It'd like reverse your prions in your
mad
brain.
cow disease.
Yeah, mad cow disease.
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah, there was a whole generation of people who can't donate blood, right?
Yeah.
because it was in the milk.
Yeah, in England. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It can like there's something about it could like your prion, it looks like a wishbone like from a chicken, and it would reverse them so they'd flip back around and it would make you do weird shit.
Ooh.
It's bad. We keep coming up with like shit ways to kill ourselves.
It's from the animals, right? Like whenever the animals get sick and they jump over to humans.
Yeah, because animals aren't supposed to like live that close to each other all the time, so they like end up covered in their own like poop and stuff like that, and then they get sickness. That's why, it's not ideal.
Wait.
That's why I was vegan for 7 years.
So I just remembered something, right? So last week we talked about AI and reason like on Friday, last Friday night, sorry. Netflix released a movie called Atlas. It's all about AI, how AI taking over the world and stuff. It's pretty okay. It's not too
Whatever
bad.
we say, Netflix makes a movie out of.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Let's
with
make
that
a
influential.
Warhammer, right? Warhammer.
Women's volleyball.
So pretty much what happened is, if you like Apex Legends and Titanfall, this is a movie for you because the movie is acted by J-Lo and Simu Liu, the guy from Marvel. And then J-Lo is writing in this APC, which looks exactly like Titanfall.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
Is it like Pacific Rim?
No. It's like a small, like a Titanfall. It's like a small, just a suit.
Like a mech, right?
Yeah, like a
Got it,
mech.
got it,
It's not like a huge thing. It's just a
Do
small
they
one.
look like the baby carriers from the Iron? What was it? The Grey Knights in Warhammer 40K?
Something like that. Something like that. It's more like, yeah. And then all the weaponry looks a lot like Apex Legends as well. Like really, really look alike.
On Netflix, I watched a documentary on this fella by the name of John McAfee. You guys know McAfee antivirus?
Yeah.
You guys, if you've ever owned a computer from like the mid 2000s, you've probably known about like McAfee antivirus, right? It comes installed in your computer. Terrible program. You always uninstall it immediately. John McAfee, the
Is it
guy-
actually terrible? Should I not be giving them $17 a
I
month?
don't use any antivirus whatsoever, and I'm totally fine. I think in 2024,
Is it a
if you ha-
scam? Is
Yeah,
antivirus a scam?
I think in
Kang-
2024 antivirus
Kang
are
is
a scam.
safe.
Because I remember when I got my Windows computer in 2010-ish roughly.
Yeah.
I remember the guy from the computer store being like, yeah, Windows does it all now. But then years later, I spoke to an IT guy and said, oh, well, they did do it for all now, but like now you should get it.
Listen, once again, I'm a computer science student, so I'm not necessarily like the demographic, but I'm the demographic of like, I don't need an antivirus.
Do you
But in
hunt down your own viruses?
You don't need to anymore. Okay, in 2024, you don't need an antivirus because it's like, think about the websites you're going to. You're not putting your computer at risk. Where are you going that's going to put your
You
computer
don't know
at
what
risk?
I'm doing with my computer.
just like if you're like, like when people get like viruses on the computer, it's because like they're watching porn and they click on an ad or something. Just don't click on the ads. Just watch your porn and do your business and you're done. You're not gonna get any viruses.
Because you rebuilt my computer quite recently, and the new, I guess, hard drive, whatever, had McAfee already loaded onto it, and the time that I turned it on, it had like 63. I think it was 63,000 issues that it found. I was like, you've been on for 2 seconds.
63,000.
Yeah, it's
definitely a
clearly
lie.
it's like an advert or something. I guess I don't know, but it's like
It's more than Warhammer 40,000, bro.
but it's clearly like trying to get me, and I'm like, you've been alive for 3.5 seconds. Like, you've got another. You shouldn't have that many issues.
But anyway, McAfee antivirus, the guy. So John McAfee, he made McAfee antivirus back in like the late 90s, and he sold his company for like $100 million or whatever, right? And then like he's lived the crazy like supervillain millionaire lifestyle that I've always assumed to be like fantasy. Like he's gone out, done crazy stuff, and he's lived in like Bolivia, like some like resort island for like many years.
I guess Bolivia, where you go to pay no tax to anybody.
Well, there you go.
That's why,
that explains a lot. Anyway, he
It's the
goes.
Cayman Islands of like also other debaucherous stuff.
Well, debauchery is coming right up, coming right up in this story because he, while he was on this island and stuff, he meets like this like biology like graduate student or whatever, and she had this crazy idea of finding like this new antibiotic, and so he hires her, and he has this huge giant lab in the middle of the Bolivias where like he's like making drugs. Yeah, he recruits the local gang members. He has like crazy schizophrenia. He's doing all sorts of debaucherous things at the island. He lives a crazy lifestyle. Then he gets like wanted from like several government. He gets wanted by like several government agencies.
It's like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, of like suspicion of like murdering his neighbor, and just all sorts of crazy stuff. If you guys ever had a time, look up John McAfee's
Does
life.
he have an exosuit?
Right now he's presumed dead, but he also might have faked his death. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much intrigue?
Yeah, he's done a few things where like he was gonna get arrested in like a prison, and he faked a heart attack and escaped.
Real?
Yeah,
If you fake a heart attack and you manage to escape, like that, you deserve it. Like,
yeah.
the people were fooled.
How?
But like he was all sorts of stuff. Like he like the interview like while he was on this island, like because he's a millionaire, right? Like he basically took over the local village. Like he had his own militia, his own gang.
Jeez.
Yeah. He had his own police force. He was like
Look at me.
constantly doing drugs, constantly just like
I am the captain now.
there's like he has some pretty funny tweets where like because he's an absolute nutcase. One of my favorite tweets of his where it was like almost broke a rib trying to fuck a whale. Stick to ostriches. Yeah. was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to read something between those lines, or is he just literally talking about those animals? You don't know where this
So-
goes.
Crazy.
Yeah, he was talking about how like, yeah, I know, he just all sorts of debauchery on a random public island in the middle of the Pacific, I'm assuming it is. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, check it out on Netflix. I think it's called like Running with Devils.
Netflix, please sponsor us. Thank you very much. We got 2 movies in this podcast right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
We'll take any sponsor right now, won't we?
yeah.
And any sum of money.
Literally anybody. Yeah.
Just support the Patreon.
I'm just gonna load up our visual podcast on the Pornhub and just see how we go. You know, someone might be into 2 Asians, 1 white guy. You don't know.
Yeah. And that's an hour, gentlemen.
That's crazy.
There's your episode of the podcast.
If you have not signed up for our Patreon, please do sign up for our Patreon.
Yeah.
Make Danny happy.
Yeah. Maybe.
Take care, everyone.
Ciao.
We'll make sure we remember your name for next episode. All
Yeah, thank you.
right, take care.